Hello everyone. مساء الفل عليكم. النهارده هيبقى فيه لايف زي ما انتوا عارفين مع صديقتي الرائعة سيمون. هيبقى بالانجلش. We'll go live right now waiting for Simone. Hello everyone. Hope all you are doing well and having a good time working on yourselves. Just waiting few minutes for Simone to join us in the video. Yes, Simone, I can see you in the video. Can you please request to join? You will find this option, Simone, request join, and then you will be with me in the video. Alaikum salam. Simone, can you hear me? One second. Okay. Now you are supposed to join, Simone. Can you share with us where are you from? I'll speak a little bit with Arabic in the middle so we can follow. Everyone will follow. Can you tell us all where are you from? We want to know how many countries, how many people are there. Jordan. Okay. That's cool. Where else? Where is everybody from? Watching us from? Yalla, Simone, join. You will find request to join and I made something. You are supposed to go live now. Cairo. Okay, today we are supposed to talk about relationships, healthy relationships, and how can healthy relationships affect our life in many positive ways. Why, Simone, you have no opportunity to join? It's very simple. You should be able to join once maybe you cancel the video and enter again, and once you enter the video you will see the option of request to join. So go to any other page, cancel and enter again, and once you enter you will find this option, request to join. You should find it easily. Okay, so today we are supposed to talk about healthy relationships. Whether it's relationships with your family, whether it's work relationship, whether it's your life partner. All our life is based on relationships. أهلا يا أسماء، هيكون مسجل. The live will be recorded. So we have lots of challenges we face in our relationships because of past programming, because of overjudging sometimes. We face so many challenges in relationships. Okay, unfortunately, it seems that Simone can't join us for some unknown reason. Maybe you can go live on your own channel and I can join you. Yeah, Simone. On your own profile, I mean. So we can ask a question for everyone here. أيوة اللايف ده هيكون بالإنجلش زي ما أعلنا. أحاول أترجم شوية بالعربي بس هو مين اللي هيبقى بالإنجلش. What's the challenges everyone faces in relationships? What's the challenges you face? إيه التحديات اللي بتواجهوها في العلاقات؟ هل بتواجهوا تحديات معينة في العلاقات؟ علاقات في العمل أو علاقات في الزواج أو أي مشاكل. إيه المشاكل أو إيه التحديات اللي بتواجهوها في العلاقات؟ Communication. Okay, you face challenging with communication. Okay, what else? To find the right person. Expectations, okay. Okay. You can talk about communication when it comes to relationships, especially if it's someone you've been maybe living with for a very long time. Sometimes it becomes communication becomes a little bit of awkward, a little bit of challenge, and you know everything about each other. You know, there's nothing new that she can do. You already talked about. Yes, yes. I accepted the request for Simone. I'm sorry, everyone, for the interruption. Yes, finally.
No, now I know what's the problem. I tried it on my laptop, but there is no option for it. So it
Oh,
only
yes.
works with the phone. So we always
Okay.
learn.
Yes. Usually
I'm sorry
Instagram
for what
doesn't
you
work well with the computers. It's
Yeah, somehow Instagram is more for phones, I think. I don't know. Yes.
finally you
Finally,
made it.
thank you. I did
So
not check how charged my phone is. It could be that I have to step away and get the charge, but for now I'm fine.
it's okay once it's about to finish charging, or you can bring the charger now if you want. It's
No, I'll
okay.
do it later. I'll do that later.
Okay.
I'm sorry for everyone who waited, but
No
first
worries.
time.
Yes, can you introduce yourself, or you want to talk a little bit about yourself and what you do?
I can, yes. So I'm living in Switzerland and I'm working as a coach and I'm an author as well. So in my work, I help people to reconnect with the true self or with like who they really are and how to incorporate that because that's two different things. Sometimes we know and feel who we are, but we are scared to incorporate that. So it's
Okay.
kind of an empowerment work. It also has a spiritual aspect to it.
Okay. So you're saying there's a difference between knowing about what's good for a relationship and actually applying this in real life?
Oh, yes, big
Okay.
difference. I think a lot of people know what would be healthy for them or what they actually would like or need, but then we are maybe too scared that when we share that the other person could not want us like that. But usually we don't like ourselves like that. So
Okay. Scared to show our true self, our true nature with our partners, for example?
yes, because we learned usually as small children that when we are as we are, like very real as little children are, that that we get ashamed or pushed away or that we heard that we're not good enough, we have to be silent, we should not do this, not do that, not feel this way. So we have to decide, do we want to stay true to ourselves or do we give up this part of ourselves? And
Okay.
of course, we choose to please the parents or the caretakers because we are absolutely dependent on them as little children.
Okay. So, how do you think we can be more real in our relationships, or how can we start? Where to begin? If I find myself doing this, if I catch myself like putting masks on, usually in relationships at the beginning, there everyone is putting like a mask on and pretending to be their best version, and then things began to appear. So
Then
what can we do?
things become really strange. Yeah.
Sorry?
Then things start to become strange.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yes,
So
I think the first
why
thing,
does this happen in the first place? And then how can we avoid this? How can we be real and true?
I think it starts to happen when the other person becomes important to us.
Okay.
So we don't want to lose the person. And we subconsciously think that when we are real, that maybe this person doesn't like us anymore. And we try
Okay.
to be in a way that the other person might like us.
Okay. That's very deep. It's
Yes.
very deep point and very important point. Okay. So we can say that's the root, that
No,
someone is very important to us and we
that's the
want to show our best version.
that's the symptom. The root is somewhere else, but
Okay.
that's just the symptom that shows up because mostly in the beginning, we actually meet other people when we are in a good place with ourselves, because that's also when we are attractive to others. And then it changes when this importance is coming up. And that's when we start to play something, and that's usually when the other person also goes back a little bit, like maybe taking some space for themselves. Immediately the fear comes up, like, yesterday she texted me, today he texted me, why did he not text me today?
Yes.
Why is that?
You've seen the message and not responded.
What did I do wrong? What does he not like about me? So our insecurities come up.
Yes.
But instead of asking, hey, what was up today? Or I feel a little bit insecure because we did not have contact. We hide that. We hide the vulnerability. We want to shine, to be strong in front of the other person. So we don't speak that out. We don't speak our truth, and we start to interpret. Maybe there is another woman in his life, or yeah, maybe he's not that interested in me. Maybe I looked weird yesterday. Maybe I was wearing the wrong dress. All that crap. I mean, that's especially with women. I think men are a bit different, but I'm a woman, so I can speak.
Yes. But
From
it happens also. From my own experience, I did this at some stages and it happens. So it works with both parts.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we are
Yeah.
scared that when we speak out this vulnerability, that the other person would not handle it carefully.
Okay. So what can we do? But don't you think that sometimes this fear is in its place? Because I might be embarrassed to show this weakness. I might be rejected or something. But it's not always easy, is it? Isn't it to
It's
show your
difficult.
vulnerability, to just to be open and share your insecurities? How can we do this?
Yeah, I think the first part is to understand that we don't have to open up everything after one moment. It's also healthy to build trust in another person. So maybe I can start to let go of some layer and show a little bit of vulnerability, and then see how the other person is handling it.
Like
When
testing it.
it's not a test in like a game, but it's a real thing. I mean, when I share a vulnerable part of myself and the other person is not handling it carefully, or maybe laughing about me or whatever, then why should I show that again? And also, why? That's the important question. As I think, why then should I want to be with this person? But that's where a lot of people are in a trap, because sometimes we want, our wish that the other person is does want to be with us is like bigger than actually like the answer, if this person is really good for us, because I just want to have the approval that someone wants me, because
Yeah.
I gain worth from that. But we have to honestly ask ourselves if this person is treating us as we feel like we have to be treated. And there is the difficult thing that a lot of people learned relating patterns that are not really healthy. That for a lot of people, it is normal to be abused in any way, if it is emotionally or mentally or physically. So I'm used to that. Means, to me, this means relating. I don't even question that because it's
Yes.
normal.
It's
So
happening unconsciously. It's been happening all the time. It's been, my parents have been doing abuse to me, and maybe my partners, everyone been abusing me. So it's normal. This is the normal
yes,
pattern. I don't even question it.
yeah, we think, sometimes we even think that this is love. So
Okay.
there is like a first important point is to gain trust in ourselves again, that when something does not feel good, that it's important to reflect on that, or maybe to talk to someone else about it and like explain the situation. Hey, what do you think about that? But we so much learned to not trust our feelings. And if we want to be in a healthy relationship, we have to trust our feelings again.
By the way, I'm just telling the viewers, if you have any questions or something that you want to add, maybe you can write it and we can discuss it on our way. So you said an important point. I'm sorry if there's some noise in the background. I live in a noisy street. Uh,
Well,
you raised a very good point, and that is trusting our feelings. That we have to
yeah,
trust our feelings in relationships. But some people say that, for example, I've trusted my heart, I've trusted my feelings, and it turned out very bad, and he abused me, for example, and I will not trust my feelings again because I've trusted my feelings, and this is what happened. So I will not trust my feelings again.
mhm,
I'm sure you've heard this before, right?
yes.
So how do you respond to this? Maisa, we are talking about relationships, healthy relationships. So how can you respond to this?
Sometimes we feel attracted to people who we are not attracted to because of like a deep heart connection or soul connection, but an attraction that is caused in our patterns. And
Yeah.
that feels good to us because it feels safe. This is what I know how to handle. I know how to handle a person who is like that because we all have these little manipulative games that we learn. So we feel like this is a match. Wow, that's a match. It's like there can even be a very, really strong feeling of falling in love, but it's not from the. It's not really from the heart. It
Okay.
is more. It comes from the patterns. So energetically, it is a match, but
Yeah.
it's not a match
Not
that
healthy,
comes
man.
from the love of the heart.
Yes. So how can we differentiate? So now there's you're saying that there's a difference between feelings, like real feelings that come from the soul, that comes from the heart, and there's a
Mm.
feeling of matching that might maybe comes from past patterns, comes from the ego, something like that. How can we differentiate? How would I know? People just, I feel attracted to this person. How can we draw this fine line between the two?
I don't know if my answer is right for everyone. I can only tell how I learned to differentiate that because I had very unhealthy relationship patterns, very codependent patterns. And when I met someone who was really like, it was a deep love from, it's my partner right now. My patterns did not work with him, and I was for years scared, totally scared, because I felt completely out of control. And after my opinion, that's what love is doing for us. It brings us out of this feeling of control, because the control, that's the patterns. So where love is, there actually is not this kind of control. It will bring to light all of your patterns, all of your fears. And this is scary, especially as if you're someone who has like the many patterns that I had and the many fears I had. But it's the biggest gift, actually. And when you let go of this control, love is going to do what it has to do. So I think an important thing is let go of control. That means don't try to hold on, don't try to push away. And then you will see the truth. But you must be open to see the truth. It could also mean that you're gonna lose a connection or a relation.
Okay.
But what happens when you let go control?
What happens? That's a very good question. What happens when we let go of control? You're asking me, or you're asking yourself?
I mean, I realized for myself what happened, and what I can say, it was first all of my darkness came up, and with my darkness I mean all my shadows, my fears, my control mechanisms, the mind thinking like crazy, trying to get that, wanting to know where is it gonna go, what is gonna bring craziness.
It's not easy, huh? It's not easy at all.
It's not easy, but it was completely worth it. So what I would suggest is to increase consciousness. You can do that with self-reflection, healing emotions, and it will like clear you, and then you can see clear, right? When you like live.
When you're not full of chaotic emotions.
Yes.
Yes. That's very nice. We can see some questions. Lamia says, matching patterns work more than love, from my experience. I'm not sure what exactly you mean by this, but I think maybe it works, but it won't be healthy. It works. The two partners. Okay, most people live in those patterns, unconscious patterns. I've seen people living their whole life, like 50 years or something, married partners, living in these patterns, and maybe it works for them, but is it healthy? That's the important question. Is it healthy? Is it true?
It does work in a sense that it brings control, so it makes us feel safe. But the question is, does it work? To me, is the question of how do I really feel in the relationship? Do I feel in the same time secure and free, for example? Or do I feel secure and I give up my freedom? Or do I feel really loved and appreciated? Do I feel like there is a balance of giving and receiving? To me, the real question is, how do I feel within this? Do I feel
Connecting to our feelings.
Sorry?
Connecting to our feelings. We need to learn to connect to our feelings, not what the society or what the people tell us how we should feel, or what good relationships is good for us.
And we have to be very honest about this with ourselves. And maybe the relationship that I live and that's healthy for me and that fulfills me, for someone else would be like not at all how they would want to be, want to live a relationship. So it's it's only the question, what is our form, and do we want the same? That's also important questions. When I when I want to live like in a very committed two-person relationship and my partner would want to live in an open relationship, then I would honestly have to say, this is not a match for me. And a lot of people, what they tend to do then is to give up on themselves. Okay, he wants that. When I don't want to lose him, I have to leave that. But I will not feel good within
Sooner
that.
or later, the problems will arise.
Yes. Pain and suffering will
Yeah,
arise up.
exactly.
Mm.
Attracting, someone is saying, Radwa, attracting the abusing partner that copy the abusing parent. I think that's a very famous pattern.
Yes.
Especially with the females, the parents maybe been abusing her or him for so long, and this is the only kind of energy that they know. So later on, they unconsciously attract the same abusive partner. And you know what I realized? That if someone that is unconsciously used to this abusive patterns, to being abused, when they meet a partner who is not abusive, who is a neutral, normal person, a balanced person, they don't feel attracted to him. They feel
It
like
can
something
be,
is not right.
that's very well possible. But it's also possible that they feel like very unsecure with this person. That's what happened with me, right? I also had experienced a lot of emotional abuse as a child and also as a teenager. So to me, it was like, what's going on? I don't get that. I don't trust this person because he does not behave like I'm used to. This is weird. What is happening here? And like what you said, this is one reason why it does repeat. But I think another reason is also because we try to get through the partner who is like has the patterns that the one of the parents had or both had. When we convince this person that we are lovable, then we actually convinced this parent finally that we are lovable. So what we are fighting for is still to get the love from this parent, but we are projecting this parent onto this person. So now I have to convince you about me. Then I finally got this like this feedback that I was looking for my whole life.
Okay. So let me ask you a question that might be hard to answer, but it just came up to my mind. What is love for you? What's the first thing that comes to to your mind when you say love?
Love is something that opens me. It is something that is it is a fulfilling feeling. It's very hard to describe with words to me because it is when I really feel it, it's like overwhelming. I cannot really put it in words. I can only say that what it does with me, it is opening everything. It is opening myself so that I can really shine through and that I, through this openness, can connect to anything around me. That's what love feels to me. But I cannot really tell you what it is. It is as soon as I want to tell it, it loses its power in a way.
Yes, that's very beautiful. It opens me. That's very, I like this expression. Very beautiful vibes. Okay, can we talk a little bit, if you have time, about we've been talking mostly now about like partners or intimate relationships. do you want to talk about like how can we apply all what we talked about in relation to work, relationships, family, or other relationships, friends?
I first would like to answer this question. Does love
Sure,
last forever?
sure, go
I
ahead.
think I think it can, but it has to be nourished. You
Yes,
have to do something for it. You have to appreciate it, you have to see it, you have to water it, shine light onto it. So
yes,
it can last, but it what happens that usually after we have this feeling of love, maybe then the partner is not perfect. No one is, right? So we see the imperfection and we lose ourselves in this imperfection. Oh, this has to be fixed, or why is he like that? Instead of just accepting that no one is perfect and to ask ourselves, how can I love this as well? So then there is like a trap. Then we fall into this like um, imperfection and we forget about the love. So we have to care for that love. That's what I
yeah,
think.
yes, and I think also that we have to differentiate a little bit between love and relationship, because maybe a relationship, maybe it might change, maybe maybe someone like is not there anymore, or maybe is there but we're not feeling the same vibes or the same connection for many reasons. But I think love is even beyond that, beyond the relationship. Like it might reflect in the relationship, but the relationship is not the source of love. Do you agree on this?
Yes, I agree. Let me think about for a moment. Um, oh, sorry, I just got a call in. Now I'm distracted. Can you tell it again to me? I'm sorry.
Okay, no, it's okay. I was saying that about the last question that love lasts forever. I think what I was saying that we might need to differentiate between love and
Uh-huh.
relationship, because a relationship might not last forever for any reason, but I think love is beyond relationships. Do you think that love is beyond relationships, or relationships are the source of love?
Yeah. I think as soon as there is love, there is a relationship because it is a connection, so it is a relation, but it can be formless.
Yes.
I have some very important people in my life, actually closest family members, where the relationship was so painful to me that I had to completely go out of it, to cut contact. I still love this person, but
Yes.
it's too painful to interact with them. So
Yeah.
I had to painfully learn how to hold the love and to allow me also to love this person, but
Yes.
not relating with her in a way, in an outer form. But still, I can have this connection within me with the like the true being that's inside of this person, behind all these patterns and
It's pure
behind all
soul.
this
It's
fear.
pure nature.
Hmm? Sorry?
Their pure nature, their pure soul, beyond their unconscious patterns, beyond their egos, beyond everything, relating to
Yes.
the truth inside of them, right?
Yes, and I also can feel with the hurt part where all this um, painful acting comes from. I can understand this person, but that does not mean that I accept the way this person treats me. So
Yes.
I can love and understand and still set this boundary. But I also have to say it's not easy to do that, because
Of
there
course.
is also a lot of pain involved in that, because or in my case, I would wish actually for something else. I would wish that the love could have a form.
Is this what we call unconditional love? Is that you hold love for a person even if you're not interacting with them anymore, or they're not there anymore?
Yes, I think the love is unconditional, but the relationship is conditional, and that's healthy, I think.
Yeah. There has to be some conditions, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Yes, this
For
is
the
true.
relationship, yes. No,
Yes.
for the love, no. The love does not really care about that, but the relationship does.
Yes. And what if we put some conditions to relationships, uh, don't you feel that those conditions might limit you, or might or might someone might say, if you put some love should be unconditional, if you put this, they might you might lose your freedom, or something like that. What do you say about this?
I think it's not true, no. I think when I'm in a relationship and I speak out, or I incorporate my boundaries and my needs, then I could be totally free. I really feel free in my relationship. There is nothing that I cannot do that I want to do. But I honestly also have to say, like, there are things that maybe another person wants to do that I don't want to. I'm not interested in other men, for example. It's nothing that I want to live. I want to fully connect to my boyfriend. But this is my free choice. This is my choice from freedom. That's why I
Yeah.
feel still completely free, because this is what I want.
This is what you chose, totally.
That's my free choice. That's why I don't feel like I lose anything.
Yes, that's very nice.
I think there is an unhealthy um,
Pattern.
an unhealthy independence in some people. That I think freedom is the same as independency. But I think
Okay.
it's not true, because when you are in a relationship, you allow this person um, to care for needs you have.
You have to be dependent on each other for a certain level, right? Right?
Yes,
Otherwise, it's not a
both,
relationship.
because otherwise you will never have closeness.
Yes,
You
exactly.
have to let this person care for you.
Exactly. Yes. And maybe as pure beings, as souls or whatever, maybe we are truly vast unconditional beings, but as human beings, we have physical needs, we have emotions,
Yes,
we have egos, we have some. There are parts of us that are limited and are bounded to a certain level. So we have to accept those parts and accept our weakness and accept that there has to be like some conditions
yes,
to
that's
fill our
our
needs, right?
humanity. That's what makes us human. We are humans. We are
Mm.
There is death to us. That makes us vulnerable. Like in the human form, we will die. So we are not
Yeah.
undamageable.
Exactly. Yes. Is there anything that you want to share? Anything you want to add? about relationships?
Yeah, I just want to encourage people to allow vulnerability in relationships, and that this vulnerability carries the gift of closeness. You will never feel really close to someone when you don't allow your vulnerability. It
Yes.
will always create distance. And the most pain that came to me from other people, and I think also the most, like the biggest pain I caused other people in relationship, when I was too identified with being strong. And by the way, also the biggest pain I caused to myself. You can take this. No, don't show that it affects you. Pride as well, right? No,
Yes.
you can't hurt me. No, you don't. You don't touch me. But it really hurt, and I did not even in front of myself allow this to be real. I really wanted to hold it down. No, but that was pride, right? And the form of pride that is not helpful for relationships.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people say yeah, if this person would do the first step, then I could. And I think
And
that's
everyone is
also
waiting
a
for
big
the
mistake.
other for the other person.
Why waiting for the other person? But also, it also means, as I said, when this person is not trustfully handling our vulnerability, then we have to close again. We also have to allow ourselves to close again and to say, no, that does not feel good to me. So we don't have to be open all the time to everyone.
This is true. And I think this balance is what creates a healthy relationship, like opening and closing, and when to take the initiative, when to wait for the other person or something like that. It becomes a beautiful, like a dance or something like this, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Ghada was saying finding your patterns will help, and then, for example, start practicing say no to others. Uh, Dudi says waiting and ego kills love. Does it kill love?
The ego is scared of love because love will make it lose control. So what we have to be is to heal the ego so that it does not have to control love anymore. So I would not say love kills ego, but it kills the wrong identity, the false self. It kills the false self. But the ego does not have to be killed. It has to just carry the form of the true self.
Yes,
So
accepted.
the love is only killing the wrong, the wrong form, or the wrong form. It actually is the hurt ego. It will transform the hurt ego into a real ego, and this is painful because
Yeah.
you will meet your pain again.
Yes, that's beautiful because a lot of spiritual teachings talk about killing the ego and destroying the ego, and we have to
No.
uh, destroy the ego. And I think this is like the opposite of consciousness and
Yes,
spirituality.
we have to incorporate the I am presence, right? And the I am present, there is an I and the am.
Yes,
So the
exactly.
am is the beingness, and the I is the person. And we need both of them because without the ego, we could not incorporate this essence, this present. So why the hell should we incarnate then?
Yes, it's like we are human beings. Part of us is human, and the being is like the eternal or the spiritual part. We have to accept both because this is what we are made of.
Yes. We have to make them coherent, bring them in line.
Yes, like
And
the
that's also what
yin
feels
yang.
good to us.
Yes.
I think there is one very important thing also that we have to learn in relationships that a lot of people have lost. I don't know how it is in Egypt. I just see it here that a lot of people are not really able to receive.
Mm-hmm.
That they like to give and to care for others. Everything that goes from me
Outward.
towards someone else.
Yes.
But it is very important to learn to receive again. And
Yes.
receiving is scary because, again, we cannot control it. We don't really know what we get when we open up.
Yes.
But
That's very important because
receiving is a very important part in a relationship. It's what nourishes us.
yes, if I'm always giving and not receiving, the other person will feel frustrated. They cannot give, they want to give, they want to express love, but I'm not receiving, I'm closing myself. So they will
Mm.
feel frustrated by time.
Yes. And also we, when we don't allow to receive.
Yes. I'm very happy with this conversation, and
Yes, me too.
I hope everyone enjoyed with us and found some useful tips and maybe some enlightened ideas about healthy relationships. Hope you start to applying this in real life in your relationships, and I'm sure you'll find more depth and more connections with the ones you love. And I want to tell you that Simone is one of the most beautiful and pure souls I have met on
Thank you very much. Thank you.
on this planet. We met years ago in Dahab in Egypt, and hopefully we will meet again and maybe create something workshop or retreat or something together.
I
Uh,
would love to.
she's very pure person and very conscious person, and she's very true to herself and to what she is doing. uh, I'm grateful so much to you and
Thank you a
for
lot as
for
well.
joining.
It was nice talking to you. And hopefully in Egypt soon. Yes, I'm planning to come to Egypt soon. It's too long ago.
Yes, it's been
I'm
a long
missing it.
time.
And my boyfriend is Egyptian. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
I
he lives
know.
in Switzerland, but
Egyptian
so
origins, huh?
yes.
Yes, very nice, very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And you can follow Simone's page and follow what she does. And maybe we create something else soon together. And
We keep you all updated. Yes.
yes, and hope all of you have a beautiful night or beautiful day wherever you are right now. Thank you, and
Thank you very much.
see you
It
again
was a
soon.
pleasure. It was real fun.
Yes,
And
same here. Thank you. Bye bye.
thank you. Bye.